What is up? July 11th, weekly update. Highlight of the week definitely was the set that I had on Monday where I vibed with the audience, who was really, really cool. Um, so last week I was working 8 days in a row, 8 days in a row. And that Monday that I did that set was the last day of that 8 days. So it felt really, really nice to finally like be done with work for a little bit. Um, so I was kind of like a little bit on the fence of whether or not I wanted to go out, but I was like, you know what, dude, screw it. Like we need to go out because working so much the previous week, I didn't do very many mics, um, as I normally would earlier in the evening. So I still did mics, but just one mic a day, as opposed to like two or three sometimes. So this Monday, went out, signed up, sat in the back, watched the comics, watched the show for the majority of the night, and the entire night this audience was out to have fun, man. They were having fun with everybody. Honestly, they were having fun with everyone. Like the audience was the show on Monday night. Like comics were going up and having a good time, but that's because the audience was so awesome. Like I think four of them were like visiting from Hawaii, and then another two were visiting from Florida, and then two of them, a couple, they were actual locals of Houston. So majority of the audience were like travelers coming from somewhere else, and they were out the entire mic. I got there I think around 11:30, something like that. I didn't go on till about 1:10 something. And the entire time they were there. They were there. As I got called up to like, go up, the host, shout out to Leo, he told me it's you know, you're gonna go up. So I was like, all right, cool. And I went off to the side and I have my joke journal with all my jokes and everything in it, and I started reading through it as I usually do. It's my pre mic ritual, if you will. Just go over my set, read over the jokes just to refresh them, see what it is that I'm gonna do, what my plan is. Um, and so Leo came over, and as I'm reading, he's like, I forget exactly what he said, but he's like, "Bro, just give the audience what they want. Like, they're awesome, you know." Then he like taps on my book. He's like, "Get this shit out of here, man. Like you don't need this. Just go up there and be present with them. That's all you got to do." I'm paraphrasing a little bit. And so after that, he walked away. He said, I want you to do well, right? He's like, I'm only saying this because I want you to do well. I want you to get better. And you have been getting better, but also like just be with the audience. So after that, he walked away. I had my journal. I closed my journal and I put it in my bag. And I kind of like thought about it for a moment. And so I was like, you know what? Yeah, let's do it. Why not? Like they've been awesome all night long. And I'm not going to go up there and just be static and just do my jokes, right? I heard other comedians go up and do their jokes, and they still had a really good time with the audience, which was awesome. Um, but for me, it's weird. It's weird because I've noticed that when I go up and I do my jokes, sometimes the audience laughs, sometimes they don't. When I go up and I crowd work, I crowd work with the audience, they love it. Like they love it. I'm really good at it. Honestly, like I'm really good at just talking to people and making them laugh. Um, but of course, like can you build a career on that? I've talked about this on these updates before. Can you build a career on just crowd work? You know, uh, and it's definitely a strength. It's definitely a strength I have. Um, so I don't know. That's a little aside, but so I get on stage. And like I want to say like the first 3 minutes was just me talking with the audience and vibing with them and making them laugh. like that couple that I mentioned earlier from Houston, they were sitting up in the front, and so um, I started making fun of them a little bit for being a couple and everything. I'm just like, look at you guys, all happy and together. And what do you guys, like, you just got to rub that in my face, really? you know, uh, like just because I'm single up here alone doing comedy at night, you guys think it's just a great idea to just sit all the way up front and remind me of my singlehood. All right, fine. You know, they were laughing, the audience was laughing, everyone was laughing. Then the audience would, like, they would toss out something at me, and I would go with that and riff off of that, make fun of them in the back. It was just an awesome night. I did one joke. I did one joke for my set. And this is why I mentioned it earlier about, like, when I do my jokes, sometimes people laugh, and when I do them, sometimes they don't. And it's weird because it's like I'm vibing with them and I'm making them laugh. So it's like I'm funny and I'm having fun and everything's cool. But like when I try to do a joke, it just doesn't land. And it's weird because I'm like, this joke has made people laugh before, but like there's something about the context of like me vibing with them and hanging out with them and being silly with them, and then trying to do a joke that just doesn't connect. And the only thing I can think of is that my jokes, the way I'm saying them, it's devoid of my personality. It's devoid of my personality and my character, and just me naturally being me. So I'm trying to figure out, like, how can I do my jokes more like me, you know? Because I can't just rely on crowd work, I don't think. Um, so I don't know. After that one joke that I did, the vibe completely changed. And so after that, I went back to doing like the crowd work thing, and I was trying to like corral him back, and I got him back a little bit, you know. But then I got off, they clapped, and that was good. And after that, there was like maybe one or two other comics. Excuse me. There was like one or two other comics after me. And no, they just left, like they got out, the mic was over. They went to like the bar area, which is where I was, and we just hung out, and I talked with all of them. Talked with all of them. I forget their names. I think it was like Kevin and Liz and Shelly and some other guy. Um, but talked to all of them. Asked all of them to follow me on Instagram. They all followed me on Instagram, which is another thing I've learned, which is like, if I make an audience laugh and I'm there when the mic is over, dude, I'm gonna like go around and ask people like, hey, can you follow me on Instagram? Can you follow me on Instagram? Because that's actually extremely effective at getting people to follow you. Just ask them if they can follow you, and I've gotten everyone's followed me that I've asked. Only people who haven't followed me are people who say they don't have Instagram or they didn't have their phone on them. Like, that was it. Other than that, everyone else has followed me. So got like 16 followers in a week, and that was awesome. So it was a good week, man. It was a good week. That was a great set to start off the week on Monday. Had a few other good sets throughout the week. Did the same thing. If I make them laugh and they have a good time, ask them to follow me. Excuse me. Uh, Other than that, worked yesterday, working tonight, working tomorrow, working Monday. It's gonna be a good week. It's gonna be another good week. A little tired, but oh well, whatever. I got sleep. So that's it. That's it. We're at 9 minutes. Thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe if you want to. And God bless.